live on Call It TV, your perfect choice. And if you're joining us for the very first time on our first show, we talked about relationship, money, and love. If you missed it, then go to our YouTube channel, Call It TV, subscribe, and watch that episode. We're also on Facebook, Call It TV. Today, I have Christy back on the show. We have Nelson back on the show as well. We have Eve and Duncan. We're going to talk about age and relationship. So I start from the far end. Christy, talking about age and relationship, does age affect communication between two people in a relationship?
It does.
How does it affect?
There is an age difference where someone will not understand where you're coming from. So I'm this campus student. I'm dating this guy who is 10 years older than me.
Yeah.
And how I communicate is not how he communicates.
Yeah.
So somewhere there in the middle, there's going to be a problem.
There's going to be a big issue. You are not going to understand each other in that. Do you believe the same, Eve?
Oh, yes, I do.
Yeah.
Because research has it that a 19-year-old lady is thinking like a 19-year-old guy. Like the lady's mind has it that it grows a little bit faster. Yeah. So you have to, for you to reason out with your partner, you have to check the age difference. Yeah.
So Nelson, Eve is saying that a lady's mind is a little bit more than us.
You know, I think I have a different opinion.
Yeah.
A contrary one.
Yeah.
I don't think age really matters. Provided the woman is not my mother's age, we can do with that.
Provided the woman is not your mother's age.
Absolutely.
Duncan, how big is big? Provided the woman is not his mother's age, he's very comfortable. How big is the gap for you?
I think 3 to 4 years.
3 to 4 years?
Yeah.
Nelson, how big is big and how small is small?
Now, just like I said, my mother's age, too small is under 18. That is underage.
That is underage.
That is underage. But provided you are 18 years and above, I think we can work things out.
So Eve, he can work things out. Do you think that age plays a factor in people being committed to each other?
To some point it does, because as Christy had said, there's that generation difference.
Yeah.
So you will find if you're dating someone who's 12 years or even 10 years ahead of you, these people belong to a different generation than yours. So they have a different kind of priority and they have a different kind of mindset. So for you with these, I think it will be easier if someone whom you can talk things on the table and have the same mindset.
Back in the days, our fathers went back home and found wives, and they lived comfortably, and some of us are products of that. So I don't think it's a big issue. Christy, is it really a big issue?
It is.
It's a big issue. How do you know that this gap will work for you, Mao?
I think, on my own opinion, I mean 3 years to 4 years.
Yeah.
That's a good gap.
3 years to 4 years?
Yeah.
That's a good gap for you. What is a good gap for you, Eve?
4, 5, 6.
4, 5, 6?
Yeah, 4, 5, 6 above.
Above?
Above me.
Not below?
No way.
No. Nelson, what's your gap?
I think there are absolutely certain issues that you look in a woman.
Like which things?
Like an intelligent woman, she can take care of your children,
Yeah.
can take care of the house very easily. So age doesn't really matter. Provided you can deliver these services, then we can work it out.
Age does not matter. But I think it matters when we talk respect. Do you think that if you marry a woman who is younger than you, you're not going to respect her like you should do?
My friend, respect is a two-way traffic.
Yeah.
Old or young, respect is one mutual thing that...
But she's younger than you, so you're looking down on her and like she's not going to tell me anything.
No. That is not marriage. You're
That's
now
not marriage.
talking about something else.
Oh, okay. Christy, so research says that when you have a 5-year gap in a relationship, that relationship is not going to get anywhere. Do you agree?
I disagree.
You
completely.
disagree?
You see, the 5-year difference
Yeah.
isn't that big. As in, I'm in first year, you finished, like, okay, see, I've joined right now.
Right now.
So you completed your 4th year, the year before I joined. So what I'm going through in campus is pretty much what you went through. The changes between that time frame are not the same. So
Around the
yes,
same.
5 years, you can make a relationship last.
So you believe it can work? Mao,
Yes.
Can it work for you? People say that it's not going to get anywhere, logically. But Christy insists that it can still work.
First of all, I can't date a girl who is older than me.
Yeah.
I can date a girl who is younger than me 3 to 4 years.
Why do you fear the age difference?
Okay, you see, I'm 18 years, let's say, and my girlfriend is still 18 years.
Yeah.
So the way we think is still the same.
18, you think the same?
Yeah, we just think the same things, we do the same things, because our age gap is still the same.
Still the same.
Yeah.
So you're going to reason on the same
So
level.
if I'm 21 years and my girlfriend is like 18 years, at least I can think a bit good more than she does, and I can correct her.
What if she's 21 and you're 18?
No, that's
It
not
can't work.
No, it can't work for me.
It can't work.
No, it
If can it work for you when somebody is 25, say for example, and you are 30?
Or if I am 30 and he is 25,
Yeah.
no,
It cannot work.
it cannot work at all.
Why is it not working?
Because the moment you meet someone, you don't actually even think about age in your mind. The first thing is, are we guys, are we able to relate? Are we able to talk some things out? But after some time, when you start finding out how they reason, how they do their things, that's the time you start thinking, by the way, how old are you? Because does your thinking or your doings match your age?
Yeah.
So with time, I have come to realize that people who are a little bit younger than me, we tend to think totally out of the same box.
Out of the same box.
Out of the same
But
box.
we have live example. We have people like Diamond and Zari. Zari is quite older than Diamond, and they're staying good with kids. Nelson.
Yes, I think let me educate her let me try and educate her in certain aspect. There is no scientific correlation between age and your thinking capacity.
There is no relation.
You might be very old and your thinking capacity is very low.
It's very
You
low.
might be very young and you have a very high thinking capacity. So marriage is about what you really think, how you are going to manage your house as a woman and a husband, but not really the age difference. I don't think the age difference should be really an issue.
So the age difference, according to you, is not an issue.
It is not an issue.
Christy, how do you know that this age gap is going to work for me? That you decide to choose 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, how do you know it's going to work?
I'd actually choose above me because you want someone you can reason with.
So you can reason with the man who is above you,
You
but
can
not
reason,
a
yes.
man on your level.
I can reason with a person above me. But the problem with the person on my level is your thinkings are the same. And as Eve said, research
How
shows...
sure are you that he's thinking the same way?
Listen first, I'm not done. Research shows ladies' minds grow just a fraction faster than a male's.
Than the males.
So I am not going to go out with a person younger than me, considering he's going to have views different from me. I want someone who, when I tell, okay, this is what I'm going to do, you're going to sit here, instead of refusing what I want to do, you'll sit down with me and we'll talk it out.
You'll reason together.
The problem with someone your age is the tempers, as in, they don't think out of the box.
They don't think
They
out of the
think
box.
what goes on around them.
Mao is not going to take that lightly. We don't think outside the box if we're the same age with her. Do you believe that?
I think, yeah, I do.
You do believe that? Why are you on the same side with Christy on this?
I told you earlier, I can't date a girl who is the same age as I am.
As you are?
Yeah.
Same
You see,
reasons as to her?
one thing, she's saying that research is that girls, their brain grows more faster than we do.
Than men.
So if you're 18 years, the girl is 18 years and I'm still 18 years, you see, she'll think big than I do.
She'll be thinking bigger
Yeah,
than
so
you
that
do.
won't work.
It cannot work.
Yeah.
Eve.
I want to add up to her point about dating someone of the same age. For example, like let's talk about us being here in campus, right? You'll find that a second year guy and a second year lady has somewhat, she's already started to get, to be contented with experience.
Yeah.
So by the time she's hitting third year, second semester, she's almost like, I really need to, like, I'm already done with all these, like, ruka-rukaing, I really need to settle down.
I need to settle down.
But what happens to a guy, before a guy moves to the next step, he really takes some time. He really takes a very longer time in that specific step before moving to the next step. So, but if you're on the same age, it means that the guy is not yet contented with that age pattern, he's not yet contented with that step. So it will take time for them to move to the next step. But the lady wants to move to the next step.
According to you, your issue or your problem is with the transition.
Yeah, that transition.
Ladies go through that so
transition
faster
a little
than
bit
us.
faster than the guys.
True, Nelson?
I think if you listen to argument, you realize that argument shifts from age to experience.
Yeah.
It is not really about age, but the experience that one has in life.
So according to you, you hear nothing about age?
You might be young, but the kind of experience you have in matters, relationships, are very
high.
Very high.
Very high.
Yes.
How will that thought give? Christy, you can be young, but the experience is 5 years older than you. Have you ever come across that, or what do you think about that generally?
What I think is, the older you are, the more experience you have.
The
So the
older
fact
you are,
that you
the
are
more
younger
experience.
than me means I have experienced more than you have. There is no way you are going to come and tell me, Christy, like this is what I think. But then you've gone through that thing you're actually going through again, and you want me to sit down and listen to you who's only gone through it once.
Some of us out
doesn't
here,
make sense.
Some of us go through a 5-year experience in 2 weeks. So
Absolutely right. And in fact,
very right.
That's abnormal.
No, I really want to distract that point. It is true that with age comes with experience. The only difference is the kind of experience that you get.
Yeah.
But it doesn't change the fact that the more you live, the more experience you get. But the difference comes in the experience I get. Because the experience I get, for example, let's say I live in Molo.
Yeah.
We have been apart for 2 weeks, right?
2 weeks, yeah.
So I'll get my 2 weeks experience in Molo. And you are here, you're going to get your 2 weeks experience here. But it doesn't change the fact that you've both experienced, right?
Yeah.
So by the end of the day, if we come together, we are going to reason according to the experiences that we have had in those 2 weeks. So it doesn't change the fact that age comes with experience. So how you reason out using those past experiences is what will determine the current situation.
Mao, I think experience can be earned overnight.
Nelson is advocating for sugar mommies. Yeah, seriously.
Nelson, I know you're not going to take that point so easily.
I think I have to rebuttal what my friend is thinking. No, the issue is not about sugar mommy. I talked about age limit not being an issue here.
You said
and
you can...
I cited experience as an issue. Now, I will give you a typical example. If in campus, like Egerton University, you're a 4th year, and you want to date a lady who is in 1st year, is there something wrong with it?
There's no big issue for me because I think it's not about, personally, I think it's not about the age.
It is about the experience that you've had over time. I will also give you the second typical example. There are ladies who walk through from 1st year to 4th year who are virgins. I really don't believe virgins are existing, but they are.
So they don't have the experience. They are that way, like you say, but they've been in relationships.
Which relationships? When you're a virgin, you've never been in a relationship.
No, it happens. So I think the experience can come with them being in that state, but they have been in relationship. Yeah. So they understand what it takes to make a good relationship, and they understand the gap that works for them.
Good. My friend, I think unless you're living in utopia, in the world we live in, a 4th year, something like 23, 24 years of age, very few virgins exist in this world. But let's take a typical case that they exist. They don't have the experience of handling men.
Allow me to object. The fact that someone is a virgin does not mean that you have no experience. Experience is not only in terms of sex. It is not.
So basically, we're going to get this discussion right on track on the age and the experience. About all that stuff we're going to talk about on our next show. So if you have something to add on this.
Yeah. His issue is really pressing me down. About virgins, that when you're a virgin, you're not really experienced. No. You might be experienced in your own field, but you're also observing others and really learning from what they are experiencing. So you observe them.
So you understand what's going on in this field from observing.
Yeah, from observing in conjunction with what you're experiencing.
Yeah,
so whatever you learn from them is what you're avoiding and also putting it in your trail.
Let me rebut that. Let me just rebut that. Experience is not just about what you see. It is about what you personally enjoy.
What you go through. According to you, though. According to you.
Yes.
Experience is not about only what you see, but what you go through in real life.
In fact, you see, Mandela. At this point of virgins and stuff, so you're trying to mean that the more you have the sex, the more the experience.
Absolutely.
It's not about that.
Precisely.
It's about age and experience. Yeah. Experience comes with being together. You understand? We don't want to know what you're going to do together, but we know you're together, and from that you get your experience. So, Christy, about that topic about experience, age, and all that, what do you think as we wind up this discussion? Do you still believe that a 5-year gap will work, or do you want to change your mind finally?
No, I am not changing my mind.
You ain't changing your mind?
5 years is enough to make a relationship work and make it work really well.
5 years is enough, and it's really enough. Nelson,
No.
you said 5 years, even more than 5 years, as well as you guys can be together.
My friend, age is a hogwash. It's something that should not be followed. Let people deal with the experience, your brain, how intelligent you are, and how capable you are to run a marriage. Don't get married because of your age.
So, to you, age is nothing.
No, it doesn't.
A big
mean
hogwash. Age is nothing according to Nelson. But I believe a lady, age is really something.
Big time, big time.
Big time.
Yeah.
So, you're sticking on your earlier argument, or Nelson has managed to...
No way. Actually, I don't really think anyone will manage to convince me that a lady should date a guy who's a little bit older, if not the same age. If you think you can deal with someone of the same age, well and good, go ahead. If it's your best bite, go ahead. Yeah. But I really think a lady should have someone of, older, maybe 4, 5, 6, whichever one works for you.
So that's your advice to ladies who are still single out there and people who want to get into relationships and marriages.
Yeah. But my major say is I would really want someone, what is best for you.
Best
yeah,
for
you know what's best
for you. You know what
will
work for you.
Yeah.
Mao.
What you think is good for you,
go for it.
Go for it.
You want to say something before you wind up?
Yes. Ladies who are still not dating, or men, please look for the experience. It is more important than your age.
And so experience is more important than your age, according to Nelson. We had different views coming from our panelists, and we're opening up this discussion to everybody who will be watching this on our channel, Call It TV on YouTube and on Facebook. Do you think age plays a big factor in relationships and marriages out there? Your opinions on the comment down. So we're gonna meet next time on Campomaniac on Call It TV, your perfect choice. I'm Caleb Koyo, and you can keep sending those observations and everything you think about this show. Till next time, stay good.